Good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, and welcome to Game 1 of Week 4 of the FFR Fall League Candy Coated Carnage. Joining me tonight in the booth, we have our restreamer Math Girl, our tracker guardian Marcus, and joining me in comms, you'll get to hear the lovely voices of Luffy, DV, and Zeno tonight. So, Luffy, why don't you go ahead and give us a quick rundown of the flags we're going to see tonight?
Hi, good evening, Velik. I can do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're in for a treat tonight. If any of you were with us in this past co-op tournament, some of these flags will look familiar. These flags are my week's creation of Oops All Loose. I have a problem. It's called opening boxes, and I want people to join me doing it. So tonight, we have ourselves Shard Hunt. You need exactly 28 shards to find in random chests throughout the world that'll give you access to Temple of Fiends. You do not need to worry about lighting orbs. However, if you come across a fiend, whether it be Kraken or Carry, or Lich or Tiamat, you will get some shards for killing them. The scaling on these bosses, a little on the strong side because I didn't want people to have things too easy, but not overly bearing where they're going to be too out of control. The best part about Oops All Loose is you're not going to know where anything is, you're not going to know where you got to go. We got floor and entrance shuffle with dead ends and all kinds of fun stuff in there. Let's see, we got legendary weapon shop for our people. We got Bahamut somewhere out there. We start with a free tail, free ship, free canal, free bridge. So the runners are going to have access to walking and sailing around the inner sea or outer sea, but they're going to need that canoe to kind of finish the game. Classes, you're going to see on the screen here very, very similar party compositions. Black belts and mages with a thief. Thief, kind of OP. They get access to lockpicking, which means you do not need to find the Mystic Key at level 15. They also start with quite a big agility buff, which makes them close to unhittable the later you get inside of the game. Other than that, these flags are going to be kind of strong and going to be kind of fun at the same time. So let's see how our runners do. Velik or Zeno, you guys got anything to add?
I am seeing a little bit of diversity in the party. Some people have elected to take Thief Double Mage, and probably in the hopes of picking up a black belt later.
Mm-hmm.
And I do see one off-stream runner who's even taken a fighter.
So it looks like our runners are off now, and if I'm not mistaken, the first thing we saw was Onrak at Caneria Castle.
Mm-hmm. And we got level 1 nuke as well, so anybody that took a black casting mage, which I'm sure everybody did, they're going to be pretty happy to see that.
Yeah, I've certainly had some practice seeds where I did not get a good sweeper at level 1 black magic, and let's just say they were rough.
Yep, that'll put it mildly.
Yeah, so one of the big things you're going to notice with the entrance floor shuffle, including everything, is that easy accessible magic, such as locations, Provoca for level 2 or Elflin for level 3 and 4, you may not be able to see those. For all we know, those could be locked behind the floater, and where's the floater going to show up? Well, that's just kind of up to the seed.
Yep, that's right. These flags, like I said earlier, were heavily inspired from the most recent co-op tournament, and okay, is this even randomized? Temple of Fiends is Temple of Fiends.
Yeah, you know, I feel like I've tended to see Temple of Fiends pretty early in the run. I've had it to where it's Caneria Castle. I've seen it where it's like Dwarf as well. Which is probably great for our runners because it's certainly somewhere you want to find as fast as possible, so you know where it's at for the end game.
Yep, and we're seeing divergence by one of our runners here. Shumbobby went over to Dwarf Cave, finds the Marsh Split, which is kind of gross and good all at the same time. You like to get the split out of the way early. You don't really probably want to see that as the very first entrance that you're checking.
Yeah, it's always dangerous when you see those splits because there's a good chance you might just forget. But at the end of Top Marsh Split, we see Bahamut, which actually, I was going to say, Shum, go back. No, Shum, go back! I believe Dragon's Horde is turned on for this flag set, which means Bahamut is surrounded by, like, 10, 15 chests?
Yeah, Dragon's Horde is turned on. Shum doubled back and thought twice about it. Maybe... I wonder... What's he going to do? Okay, maybe he's just going to check the bottom here. Promotion is not going to be as incentivized as it was in the co-op flags, because if you promoted early, the black belt and the master's MDef were inverted. So you gain more MDef out of the black belt if they were rotated and you were promoted. But however, Black belt and MDEF is vanilla here for these flags. I kind of kept that the same.
And while Shum goes down and the marsh split and finds Waterfall, our other 3 runners have all taken out Garland and picked up a nice little chunk of change, around 2,000 gold from the Temple of Fiends. So not a bad start when it comes to this flag set. Of course, finding any other town other than Coneria is sort of a difficult task in and of itself. Minus maybe Onrak, but level 7 magic, not the most useful at the moment.
Ooh, yuck. Unrunnable zombies there on the trap tile.
I don't know, a trap tile with that with level 1 nuke, I almost might try to take it to see if I can one-round those zombies for an immediate boost to levels.
Yep, I agree. He was out of charges, though. He burned his last nuke on the way through.
Ah, yes, and another, big problem a lot of our runners are going to see this seed is that recharging spells isn't as easy as you might think. I've had plenty of practices where I've had to run halfway across the map just to go back to Coneria and sleep at the inn.
And we have Lich found on screen there by Rich Bork, so we're going to see a Fiend pretty quickly.
I can say that off stream there are several brave souls attempting Lich at levels lower than 3.
I mean, level 1 nuke might get you there, but the bosses are scaled a little on the tough side.
Ooh, Lich opening with fire too is certainly going to be a death sentence for a lot of these low-level parties.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what our runners are going to do next. Probably head south down to Elfland.
Yeah, there's 2 entrances to check right there at Elfland Castle and Elfland Town. Plus, you also have Northwest Castle and Marsh Cave. So, 4 entrances in a pretty condensed area.
Oh, and we find Coneria Castle and Elf Castle, but we also found Sea Split out of Elfland Town proper. So, another interesting dive our runners are going to be able to decide and make right now, if they're feeling lucky.
Yeah, that's both splits out of the way in the first 5 minutes of the game. That feels probably pretty good.
I'd like to see some of the runners take maybe a hard reset into that C-split and try and get up to maybe level 7 or 8 from their nuke charges, just for that extra bit of safety to help them get exploring faster.
Yeah, I think that would be a really good move as well.
Yeah, and certainly being this close to Coneria means recharging your spells isn't the worst thing in the world. Yeah, we see Spell Zap taken out of Naga, getting up to level 6 already. A pretty decent start this fast into the seed. Left side of Split sadly turned into a Cardia Dead End, which, as Luffy mentioned, are turned on in this seed. And, for anyone out there, if you do have a problem with this seed or what you're finding in it, make sure you blame Luffy for it.
I will take all the blame. It's fine. Matoya found as well there on the other side of C-Split. So both splits fairly kind right here to our runners between Marsh Split and C-Split. Not too bad.
So something else for anyone unfamiliar with this flag set is while you can still find the loose incentive items, turning them in for fetch quests might not necessarily yield you anything. I've seen a fetch quest turn into like 50 gold before, because even the rewards for fetch quests are randomized in this flag set.
Ooh, and Northwest Castle is Kraken. That's 2 fiends very early.
Also worth noting for this flag set is that Lich and Carry, when you kill them, are worth 2 shards, whereas Kraken and Tiamat are worth 4 shards. So as our runners sprint to get 28 shards overall, killing those fiends can give you a nice little quick boost.
And with the experience scaling being based off shards, that's even more incentive to take them out as soon as you possibly can. You want to get in there, get those bonuses, because you're going to need some levels to take down the fiendry fights with these kind of scaling.
Yep, that's right. And speaking of scaling, our runners will be getting 100% XP boost per 8 shards found. So once they get up to 24 shards, they'll be getting a whopping 400 XP per fight bonus, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious when you're in the late game and you take out a group of like 4 gas dragons with a full party and everyone still gets like 15k XP.
Yep.
There are some scary things in Earth Cave. I keep seeing Rich attempt to take some fights, maybe to gain some of those early levels, but keeps getting wiped out by various things.
Shum found a pretty decent encounter there in the ice floor entrance of some cockatrices and mummies, so that gets him up to level 5. That's pretty good.
Spell Zap finding Bahamut, also resetting out of it, but looks like he might be going back. Maybe remembered that Dragon's Horde is actually turned on, and there are a bunch of chests up there to grab.
Yeah, I'm very curious what he's gonna find here. It's probably a little too early to try to promote off of Bahamut, but maybe we see him try it. Wow.
That was pretty underwhelming. Man, Broken +4 is not bad, but otherwise, nothing good.
Wow, not even a single orblet there. That feel a little better about, I'm going to show my bias a little bit. Shum Bobby here, our partner, running tonight, skipping that. Feeling a little bit better about not seeing like 4 shards sitting right there.
I'm doing my best not to say anything. I certainly wouldn't want to commentary curse him.
Yeah, that's my co-op partner. I can talk some smack about him if I want.
Ooh, finding a ribbon, a very nice pickup.
+4 too. Anytime a ribbon rolls up, that's just an added bonus right there. That's nice.
Still have 2 runners attempting to take down Lich. 2 orbs could make a big difference early game, but this is an interesting conundrum with all the fire 2s that Lich is throwing out.
Yeah, that was a big nuke roll that Dark Moon threw out there too, and still wasn't enough. Oh, but he got him.
Picking up the fighter for his 4th slot. Might be a good move. The nuns, I believe, gain XP in this flag set, which means if he takes the fighter and then doesn't want them, he can kill them off for more XP being funneled into the black belt. Or the fighter does make maybe a better early party member than the black belt does, given better armor, maybe slightly more HP to start until the black belt gets some levels.
Yeah, that is correct. That was part of the design of these flags that I threw in there, that your nuns will gain XP. Because that way when you pick up a party member, say you pick them up 40 minutes into a sea, they're not going to start at level 1 on you, which could be real annoying. But then you can dan them off and gain XP that much faster because your deads do not gain XP.
Yep, and we see Rich taking the exact same path of grabbing that fighter after taking down Lich.
Off stream, Dingwu, the bravest man, has landed a first try Bane on Kraken.
Oh, what a mad lad.
Wow, Dang gonna do dang things. That's pretty good.
Oh, I kind of wish we were able to see that. What's the percent chance on Bane against Kraken without X-Fur? Is it like a 20% or
14?
14. Ooh.
Yep. That was in the teens somewhere. Yeah, it's not as good as Brack, obviously, but it's not, that 6% or 3%. Shum Bobby finding a loose crown right there in the bottom of Marsh Cave, so French vanilla crown. That's pretty good. Something else you might notice here, looking at the screen, at some of these floors, they are flipped horizontally. So you'll see some floors that look a little bit different than others. That's one of the flags that our devs put in pretty recently for the tournaments, and I hated it at first, and then I grew to love it. So I wanted other people to play it as well. A lot of my goal with these flags was to kind of get a lot of the things that the devs had done and some things that they've brought in that maybe a lot of the newer runners in the community hadn't seen before. So I tried to really show an exposition of a lot of stuff.
Yep, I'll admit I'm one of those newer runners who had yet to try the horizontally flipped dungeons, and since I'm not used to it yet, yeah, I hate it.
You get used to it. It gets easier as you play it more.
Yeah, there are a couple times where I pop into an earth or sea floor, and you're just like, wait, which floor is this? 2, 4? Do I head left, up, down? Where am I going? See, Dark Moon going for some Gray Sharks. That's a move I like, especially as it looks like he's swinging a Coral Sword that he might have found for the Thief.
Coral swords were for sale in Canaria, so maybe he bought one with some of that cash he got early on.
Oh, finding Sea Den was definitely a good thing for him. Look at that, 229 off a low-level Thief with that sword. If I recall correctly, the elemental bonuses on swords is turned up pretty dang high.
Yeah, it's jacked up pretty good. I want to say it's at 35. Let me double check that. Yeah. Weapon elemental type bonus 35. So yeah, that goes from 0 to 50, and it's in the 2/3 range right there. And the weapon hit rate is doubled.
And just for comparison, what's vanilla rate? Is it 10?
I believe it's 10. Yeah, I think Zeno might be able to speak that a little bit more than I would, but I think that sounds right.
It's 10 when it works.
Oh yes, all one of those base game things, right? We just saw Rich finding a bunch of sweepers, although maybe not the type that we normally talk about. Just gonna let that bad joke slide.
Shoon Bobby gonna get the news about Temple of Fiends being Temple of Fiends.
Oh dear, Velik earlier mentioned something about 4 gas dragons, and one of our off-stream runners has unfortunately run into 4 gas dragons, but he is only like level 8. He is not having a good time.
Oh yeah, even with Nuke, I highly doubt you'll be able to one-round those. I think Gas Dragons would have to roll at just about 50% to be killed by a Nuke.
The knowledge of that tile, though, very important. That'll be an excellent tile to come back to later.
It looks like Spellzap has himself stuck in a pretty rough encounter. 8 arachnids, who are all doing annoying things such as casting Fog 2. And all he's left with is a single thief with a wizard staff, but he's making the best of it.
Just making the arachnids do the work for him.
Yep, they're all just casting Fire 1 on themselves. Pretty great.
Ooh. They had cracked it. Did they have Blaze, I think, earlier as well? These spiders are not very nice.
But Thief gonna do Thief things and dodging most of the hits. Wow, and still 1,000 out of that too. And his reward was TNT. Good or bad? We're not entirely sure yet.
We'll see how that goes.
Seeing several people having to repeatedly take the long trek back to Canaria both to revive and get their magic back. It is not a fun trip when you're outside of the inner sea.
Well, it looks like Earth Cave is going to give us our floater loot. Shum finding the Spicy Wings tile, but deciding not to take it.
Finds a katana +1. That's going to be real nice for the thief should he choose to promote later.
Yeah, I think with Bahamut being in such a easily accessible location, I would bet we'll see a lot of runners take that.
Oh, there you go. Speak of the gas dragons. That's pretty free, too. I think we might see people come back to that. Ooh.
Oh, and zombie dragons.
Speaking of free.
Ice has all the tiles in this flag.
Right? They're not overly thick, too. That's pretty good.
See, Rich has found the marsh split and is going up towards Bahamut. We'll see if he decides to just check the chests or maybe give us our first look at the Bahamut fight. Oh, Scums have Quad X.
Alright, so we had cabins for sale at Canaria. I didn't notice if we had houses for sale at Onrak or not.
They were indeed. Spellzap just picked some up. I believe he's the first person I've seen actually grab houses.
Ah, perfect. You're going to definitely want houses in these kind of flags, to your point, Zeno, about having to come back and forth to save. And oh my god, sandwiches and Ice Cave too.
It looks like Ice Cave is the place to be right now.
Yeah. Seeing how it's the first entranceway right there too at Earth Cave, I mean that's pretty free.
So we're going to see the eye tile in the vanilla location as well, because I feel like we just need to see the other like amazing tile as well.
Yeah. Or you're gonna find like a double fighter tile here or something.
Oh, that is a find.
Okay, that's a bit of a game changer there for that black belt as well.
So the Masa +4 is pretty much going to be as good as that black belt can swing until maybe 32, maybe not even 42. I guess I'm unsure what that would compare.
Yeah. And I think we might see Shu here go right down to those sandwiches and just try to do his thing. Just get that black belt online right now.
Yeah, so I believe the have black belt crit rate flag is not turned on, if I'm correct, which means these black belts, once they hit 32 or 42, they start killing just about everything in the game in one single attack.
Yeah. Looks like Shu's going to just head on out of here. Probably not the worst idea to save. He can always maybe come back in and take some fights if he wanted. He's got his Massa. He's got everything else in here, the Riven, the knowledge of the tiles. And he's going to leave. I'm wrong.
It looks like Spellzap was attempting to take the Gas Dragon tile and almost made it, but a Gas Dragon hit his thief for 62 damage when his thief had 62 life left.
That figures.
But don't worry, Spellzap, you'll find better tiles. So Spellzap just found the Light Axe, which I've actually seen do some work in this flag set before. If you don't have great black magic and you start running into undead packs, that Light Axe casting harm 2 can actually be pretty big godsend.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can't tell you how many times I ran into like a trash party here in Ice Cave or something that was full like 7 or 8 undead, and the Light Axe helped me get away from it.
Yep, exactly.
Shu gonna get his pile of disappointment from Bahamut's Horde.
And he probably saw the treasure chest, remembered that it was there, felt bad, but after opening them all, maybe feels better about it.
Yeah, considering that Pro Cape, like we talked about earlier, is the best find, he'll be fine.
I'm going to take a shot at Bahamut then.
All right, let's see what he's got here. That's a big punch on the thief right there.
Oh, no crits from the Masa +4. It's pretty surprising.
Again, no crits.
Wow.
Oh no.
That was not a very scary cremate.
Nope, and he gets him. Okay.
Ah, good roll on the nuke.
Yep, there we go.
Looks like we have our first promoted player on screen. Zeno, I don't know if you've seen anyone promote off screen yet.
I have not. I've seen a few attempts, but they all got slapped down pretty quick because they were trying it at level 4.
Well, to keep this boss party rolling, it looks like Rich might be headed towards Kraken.
However, off-screen, I have seen Fryteeth rocket ahead of everybody else, finding multiple key items on the same floor. So I look forward to getting to see that on stream. Who will get there first?
Ooh, Rich going for the Bane. Let's see if he's as lucky as Dengwu. Not round 1. Ooh, Kraken fasting himself is kind of scary.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
Attempt 2. Still doesn't get it. Lit 2 comes out. High enough levels though not to knock anyone out. Ten hits for 853 coming from Kraken. That is scary.
That's a big hit.
Hey, there he gets the poison smoke.
Nice.
Spell Zap going back for that sandwich tile.
Seeing a lot of lucky Banes on Kraken off stream. Things are going well for people, surprisingly.
Question in chat about the Master M Death growth. The M Death growth is vanilla, so it's only +1. That might have been a question a while ago, I apologize.
It just came up. I was going to answer it too, but you got it. Actually, our fourth commentary member over there, Hate the 13th in chat, answering for us. Looks like Rich stuck with the fighter, Hate. I think I saw only one black belt sprite.
With all these black belt comps happening this week, I have to wonder what our low level is going to end up being, especially with the fiends rolling higher in the HP pools. I wonder if we'll see anything lower than 25.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's really going to depend on what kind of a weapon you find. Like, this Massa +4 is really, really nice for fighter comps right now. You're not going to have to worry about promoting. You're going to have that endgame weapon already. All you got to do is find your shards. But, I mean, the black belt's just going to be... Black belt's going to be really good.
Shun going back to pick up Nuke on his now promoted Ninja. And Bane. Looks like Spell Zap's down to just a singular black belt, grinding on those sandwiches. Looks like they're giving about 2300 XP a pop. Although you have to remember that that XP is currently being shared with his unfilled slot, which means when he ends up filling it, it's going to be just as grinded as his black belt.
Mm-hmm. So if he decides to get this black belt up to 32 and then maybe picks up that second black belt at Kraken and you got 232 punch machines, I mean, that's a thing.
We also do have some off-stream grinders. Dingwu has already passed level 32 on his black belt. He is approaching 42. Going at those sandwiches just like Spellzap. This will be a very early high-level black belt for Dingwu.
Sandwiches are a great tile. They're just super, super safe.
Oh, right. His grind is actually going much faster because he did fill up his party, and they are all dead, so his black belt is getting experience twice as fast as Spellzap's is.
Mm-hmm.
And with that huge vitality bonus, he is already nearing maximum HP.
That's so wild.
So for our other on-screen runners, we have Rich and Dark Moon, almost step for step, both checking the same exact location of Earth, floor 4, while we had Shum making use of his higher level Thief, unlocking some rooms that would normally be locked. Now that, well, I suppose his Ninja is over level 15. Good point in chat from AR pointing out that going for the full grind after getting a bunch of shards might be the better call, just with the huge scaling. You know, if Shum, who has not grinded yet, gets all of the shards and then goes back to that Gas Dragon tile, or Sandwiches, or Zombie D, or any of those, he's going to see quite the bonus to what our on-screen runner Spellzap, or even off-screen Dengwu is seeing.
Mm-hmm.
That 4,600 per sandworm could come closer to 10 grand.
Yep. Very, very fast.
Sadly, right now, I don't think any of us were good enough quite to keep track of exactly how many orbs Spellzap has at the moment, so he might already be hit that first breakpoint for the bonus XP.
Try to keep an eye on it next time he opens his menu, but these guys menu very, very fast.
I believe neither Spellzap nor Dingwu has reached the first experience bonus breakpoint.
Yep, looks like he was still on that first line, which I believe is only 6 orbs.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like Shum is going to check some Northern Continent stuff with the docks turned down. Oh, he finds Tiamat in the Bridge of Destiny in the Vanilla Bahamut hole.
Nice. And a black mage behind Tiamat. All right.
Third nuke caster would certainly be fun.
Yeah.
But Tia is hitting hard.
Yeah. Tia, very evasive, too, it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, might not be a good fight to take until after the grind.
Looks like most people are going with Bane strats on Tiamat. It's the same % chance against Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
If they can Bane Kraken, they can Bane a Tiamat.
Shu finding a good floor here. Sky robots with a lot of boxes.
Oh, a defense sword and the floater! Oh, that is
Okay.
paying off for Shum.
That's huge right there.
But wait, there's more.
This must have been the floor you were talking about earlier.
Ooh, with that in mind, I can't imagine how far Pickles and Beer is, I believe you mentioned, had that. Being in the air early in this
That was
flag
Fry
set.
Teeth.
Fried teeth.
Fry Teeth.
Yeah, he rocketed ahead about 10 minutes ago when he
Mm.
took his boat south to Cardia.
Yeah, that's some very nice finds. A rod, a black shirt. There's ooh, and the canoe. Oh
wow.
my.
Okay, here we go.
Well, with the floater and the canoe, Shun can now go to any location, which opens up the entire game floor, which, you know, is good. Certainly you can go everywhere, but maybe also kind of hurts because now you have a lot of choice as the entire world is open to you.
I don't think we've seen Shum take out any of our fiends yet, too. So he's got 10 shards just sitting there waiting for him that he knows about. Now that he's got the canoe and the floater, this is levels and go time is what this is going to be for him.
Finding some fighters, always a good fight to take.
Mm-hmm.
Spell Zap going back for Lich. Now that he's grinded that black belt, this should be an easy one-round speed bump.
Yeah, one punch or one swing. Yep.
Yep, 5 hits for 580 damage. And deciding to pick up that fighter and go for the pain bow.
So I think I saw 7 shards there for Dark Moon. I think we had 8 for Spell Zap. Haven't seen Rich. I think Shum just picked up his 9th.
Something else fun for the flag set is Wandering Warmech is on, so who knows, might be able to even see a Warmech fight.
For the players who already have a high-level black belt, that'll be a great way to catch up their casters so that they have enough health to survive later on.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, with the extra XP bonus from the shards. There's gonna be some crazy leveling off that Warmech.
Shum finding another really dense chest floor here. Greater than, less than. 10 chests sitting here waiting for him.
Meanwhile, we have Dark Moon headed into ice, about to find all those good tiles. Oh, the Gas Dragons had Blizzard. I don't think we've seen that yet.
We have not. We had a second ruse item there found, and a third ribbon for Shum Bobby. So he's got 3 ribbons, 2 ruse items, and he just picked up his 10th shard. As Hate the 13th said in chat, Sky provides.
The only problem is you have no idea where it's providing.
Spells that finding himself a Tiamat right there.
And Shum finding dwarves with the X-Cal just in the box next to the legendary smith.
Oh, Narek's gonna turn into TNT and give us an orb. At least that's something.
That's better than average for this kind of flag.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we see Rich getting the Gas Dragons. 4,800 XP per party member is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. That was pretty quick, but I think that was, what, 10 shards on Rich's side there?
Yep, and with Spell Zap taking out Tiamat, probably at a similar location as well.
I think that was 14 for Spell Zap, but again, that was very quick. I think I saw 2 full lines and 2 dots.
Spell Zap about to get the good news of what's up here.
Off stream, we actually have an overworld hard reset grind going on in the Mirage Desert. Unfortunately, it is not nearly as good as the sandwiches or anything else in ice, really. This could be quite the slow grind we have going on. Especially with T-Rexes that seem to have about 600 HP.
Oh yeah, I see that. Darkman picking up his massa. Gonna like to see that.
Hate pointing out in chat that red mages will be able to equip the black shirts, which turns out to be a pretty good armor item, both providing relatively good defense, but also blocking spells of the time element, I believe, which is like zap. So outside of the ribbon, it's about the only way you can get protection to the time element.
Ice and time protection. Shu throwing out some Banes here. 2 of them out. No land. 4th. No good. Alright, we're going to swing, and Bane. 4 hits, 81. Not going to get there that much. Black Belt 6 for 147. Bane comes out. Poison Smoke terminated. Down goes Tiamat. Level 22 across the board there for Shu and Bobby. He'll probably pick up this Black Mage. Yes, he will. Alright.
So certainly something painful was that Shum had to walk all the way out of the Upper Bahamut Island entrance, since none of our runners have found Exit or Warp yet, which, when you get these incredibly deep dungeons that have rolled in this flag set, it can hurt quite a lot.
Oh. Okay. Ordeals is ordeals.
I kind of like this play by Shum to go over to Ordeals while he hasn't gotten it into the air yet, since it is such a much shorter walk using the ship plus the canoe to get to Ordeals as opposed to landing with the airship.
You know, you and I must be on the same team or something, because I was literally just about to say the same thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. We might have talked a lot about this stuff or something. I don't know. Weird.
Maybe. It's almost like we're sharing notes or something. Yeah, it's a real solid move there. I mean, you have the ship, the dock is right there. It's faster to park there and then just see what's here real quick. And considering that it's Ordeals, it's going to be real easy in and out for him, and then he doesn't have to even come back.
It's been pretty impressive how few key items have been required so far to complete this seed. Everyone who has a thief doesn't really need anything else at this point. They're good if they know where the fiends are. None of the feeds are locked behind the rod or the oxtail or anything.
Have you seen Carry off stream there, Zeno?
Indeed, we have found all 4 fiends.
Okay, alright.
Unless there's about 20 orblets buried behind the rod somewhere, I think this is going to be quite the fast one.
Interesting. Oh, Spell Zap, there's a Warmech sighting.
Shum passing up the Fighter Mage tile. Might be thinking about the better ones that exist in Ice Cave.
Yeah, I mean, once he picks up this airboat right here, he can just zip right back on over there. He's still got to get, I think maybe another 10 or 12 shards. He's got Kraken and he's got Lich still left to do. So I think we'll see him just grab a few more shards and then get his levels.
And certainly with how many shards there are out in the world, there are a lot of locations you're going to be able to skip. So I wouldn't be surprised to just see him go to the entrance dense areas once he gets in the air. Maybe pop by Sarda, Titan, then maybe drop down to the Cardia Isle entrances that are unavailable by boat.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly haven't seen Provoker or Elfland on stream yet. And even with Nuke at level 1, it kind of hurts not finding any of the other black magic that might be helpful, such as Fast or Temper, once we get closer to the end game.
Mm-hmm. That was really fast again, but that's either 17 or 18 shards, I think, for Shum right there.
It's a pretty kind marsh top, 2 orblets already.
Mm-hmm. There's Carrie. I see it off streams. I know you're right.
Some people are actually electing to grind on Carrie's floor. There's a decent Frost Dragon tile there.
Hmm.
We have 3 runners in the same place right now. Yeah, 3
Actually,
orbs.
a lot of people
Yeah.
at the Cardia double, like between the floater floor and the teammate floor. There's a lot of people at Cardia double right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with that floater hole just being so many floors in there, I can see a lot of people having to spend a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I think the hypest room of the game has to be the one with floater defense and dragon armor right next to each other.
Oh,
What
and
a
a
room.
black shirt, too.
Oh, yeah. What a floor. I mean, Canoe was there.
Oh, yeah. The whole
Rod
floor is
was
great.
there. It was fantastic. We got, 14 boxes on that floor, so it's beautiful. So, again, that was very quick, but I think that's 20 shards right now for Spell Zap. Oh, how about that? We have an Oxyale, and we have a, something else was picked up there. My mind's Adamant.
Oh, Shun finds a Tyro tile.
Steak is food, not friend.
Yeah, it's pretty nice finding that Oxyale, given that Onrak was directly next to Coneria.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a pretty safe dive.
Yeah, pop in there and see what's beneath it. We have Lefane.
Oh, fast at level 8.
Yep. Shum with the Galaxy play, though, checking it and not leaving it behind.
We got a Power Gauntlet and Mermaids. It's pretty nice for Spell Zap. Some of our runners don't find fast. That's going to be a good replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the white shirt, too. Mermaids are providing as well. Zap may not have carbonated Bubbles' hate, but he did take out at least one other mermaid.
Mhm. I think that's 20 shards right there for Shum as well. So Spell Zap, I think, grabbed a bit of a lead right there. 24, I think that's for Spell Zap. 23. Thank you, Shun Bobby.
I've seen several people run into a Cardia room, only to realize, wait a minute, I already looted all the Cardia boxes.
Yeah, those are not normally chests that you think of as linked. Looks like Shoom's headed to get his Orblets from Kraken, while we have Rich taking on Tia. Finishing Tia off with the Masa. Alright, so let's see how this Kraken fight goes. Opening up with Bane and some swings. 50 damage from the Katana, 353 from the Black Belt. Bane comes out, misses turn 1. Same strat. Another 220 damage from the Black Belt, 175 from the Thief. Second Bane comes out, ineffective again. When the Thief goes down to 1 punch from Kraken. Heading into just Black Belt strats. Ooh, no crits, 1 damage. Kraken is not playing around. 2 hits for 238, a little bit better, but down goes the Black Belt.
Whew, okay.
A 230 nuke to finish off Kraken. Wow, we have Spell Zap finding the Legendary Shop, but nothing too good in there. Passed it right up. Rich finding all the good news on Sky 3.
Those sea snakes just gave me a bit of a heart attack, but we're okay.
Wow, 22,000 XP for 1 Black Mage.
Alright. Now, Shu, I wonder if he's just going to res the Black Belt and then just go get his levels right now.
Yeah, now would certainly be a good time for it.
He needs 2 more shards, I think?
Has he taken out Lich yet?
That's where he's going right now. Alright, so I'm thinking his plan is right here is to take down Lich, get his last 2 shards, and then just go back to the sandwiches and solo with the Black Belt.
Yeah, he's certainly in a good position with 2 of his party members always down, or already down. Sandwiches aren't known for taking out party members the fastest, which is what makes them a good grind, because it's safe.
Alright, punch on Lich for 270. Nuke comes out 252. Another nuke. 228. Down goes Lich.
Spell Zap entering Gaia and finding, wouldn't you know it, Gaia.
Is this even randomized?
I mean, with ordeals at ordeals, maybe not.
Yeah, there we go. Shun Bobby got all his shards. He's going to go back and he's going to go munch on some sandwiches. Or maybe even try to punch down the gas dragons, who knows?
Yeah, I wonder with all the levels that he has already, maybe the gas dragons would be faster.
They would certainly be faster. The question is, they're going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, that blizzard coming out, 2 of them immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's the third one.
Ooh, they're pretty thick, too. They got north of 600 HP at least.
Ooh.
I think solo, the sandwiches are definitely actually faster just because of the amount of turns taken. You don't have to sit through 4 Ghastly attacks, and then 3 Ghastly attacks, and then 2 Ghastly attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Still gonna go for it. Pretty close to getting all 4 of them. Oh, and there it is.
Nice.
36,000 XP per party member with
Wow.
2 up. That is pure insanity.
That's nuts. That's just nuts. Alright, now, I want to see him go down to the sandwiches, please. Or you can sit here on the gas dragons, that's fine too.
I don't know, with the extra levels, now it's only easier.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
We
gonna
do
equip the
have
ribbon.
a 2-man War Mech kill off stream. Thank you, Zero Cool, for doing it for the fans.
Wow, very nice.
I think Spelljamp just got his last 4 shards from Kraken. Yep, he did.
Yep, and it looks like he elected to pick up the black belt and override his red mage. But who needs nuke when you have punch?
Without fast or temper, I can see that. Yeah, sure. You're just basically holding down A for the entirety of Topher and hoping that you win. So while everyone else keeps their eyes on Spellzap, I will see how everyone else is doing. Almost everyone is in the air. Professor Render is the first person I've seen to reach Melmond. Unfortunately, there's not much of interest in Melmond.
And Spellzap already through the loot plate, working his way down Temple of Fiends.
Ooh, chimeras can stone.
I believe DVS is about to get his final 2 shards from Carrie. Yep, DVS is full on shards, so he is preparing and heading to Topher.
The nuclear coming out of Lich on Spellzap screen. Nothing too scary for this chonky party. Looks like Shum said he's had enough of the gas dragons, is getting out of ice. And there goes Carry 2.
DVS and Dingwu both in Topher, both with big black belts at the ready.
Shum getting his party up, probably about to head into Topher himself then. buying some last-minute heal pots. Kraken tries to rub, ineffective. You see some defense sword, power gauntlet, ruse stick, not playing around for Kraken. Another power gauntlet on the black belt. Swing from the thief, 197 damage. Swing from the fighter, 100 damage, but only one hit. This Kraken must be quite evasive. Another hit off the Masa, 246 this time, a little bit better. Another swing from the thief, 1 damage. 4 hits for 842 coming out from the black belt. Another 304 damage off only 1 punch, but that's all it takes to take out Kraken 2 as we see Spell Zap head down to Tia 2's floor.
1 floor behind, we have Ding Wu pulling up Carry 2. Right behind him, DVS on the other side of the floor, rapidly approaching Carry 2 as well.
Well, folks, we have ourselves a race, depending on how this Chaos fight goes. See Power Gauntlet, Defense Sword over on Spell Zap's screen. 2 hits for 230 coming out from the Thief. 2 hits for 317 from the Fighter. A complete miss from the Thief, but 4 hits, 753 damage from the Black Belt. 3 hits, 268. 2 hits only for 68 damage. 3 hits for 355. Zap comes out from Tia. Doesn't hit anyone. Thief only hits for 1 damage. 4 hits, 446 from the Black Belt. Down goes Tia 2.
I don't know if we saw any of our runners pick up Lock either, so these evasive fiends could pose a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, without anyone finding Elfland or Provoca, at least on screen, I do have to wonder if anyone has it.
I believe Devious and Professor Renderer are the only ones I've seen in Elfland. Ding Wu is through Kraken and onto Tiamat. Devious is through Carrion onto Kraken.
Shoom through Lich, coming up fast on these runners right here. On to Carry.
Chaos opens up with Fire 3, does a little bit of damage to everyone. Defense Sword for the first Black Belt, Ruse Stick for the Thief. Punch from the second Black Belt completely misses. 4 hits, 327 damage from the Fighter.
Dang, it's on to Chaos. He might get a steal.
Crack comes out, slays the Fighter. Another Power Gauntlet, another punch. 2 hits, 175. Spells that biding his time on those Power Gauntlet stacks. Going for another Defense Sword, trying to keep that Black Belt alive, make sure that he can win this. 2 hits, 117. Chaos fasts himself. The Defense Sword usage is coming in clutch. Another miss from the Thief, another Defense Sword stack. I believe the Black Belt that's left up has full evasion now. Swings, 2 hits for 369. Evasive Chaos is dodging most of the damage. Another Power Bonk stack. Thief does 1 damage off 1 hit. Chaos wastes a turn by casting Ink. Lit 2, kind of another waste, only doing 24 damage. Single hit, 118 crit from the Thief. 4 hits, 1248 damage as Chaos casts Thunder. Still not doing any damage with those ribbons. Ice 2, no damage basically. Another swing from the Black Belt, 4 hits, 888, and down goes Chaos. And checking our times, that is good enough for second place from Spell Zap with an official time of 1 hour, 1 minute, and 45 seconds. Coming in first, though, we have Deng Wu with an official time of 1 hour, 1 minute, and 24 seconds. So GG's to our runners. And with that finished, we'll see both Deng Wu and Spell Zap finishing within bin 1 and earning their teams 10 points tonight.
I think that's the first time we've seen 2 runners finish in the same bin 1, too, throughout this entire tournament. So that's pretty good.
Has it now? entirely wouldn't be surprised. With only a minute for bin 1, it can be pretty hard to make it in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty hard. I've missed it by 4 seconds twice. Dingwoo did come in with the steal, though. His black belt was higher level. He went in all out on offense. He did not use the defense sword. He just went punch, 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 and he was landing those punches because his black belt was like level 46 or something. Very high. So he came in from behind and got the steal. Good job, Dingwoo.
And just a couple minutes behind, here comes Shum for his Chaos fight. We see Fast, we see Ruse, we see a punch, 4 hits for 565. Fast goes out on the black belt, second one. Switching to damage strats, 6 hits, 895, a nuke for 191. Another Ruse stick on the first black belt, crack comes out, misses everyone. We have Swing Swing Nuke going all out, aggression, 117 from the nuke. Ink from Chaos doesn't do anything. First black belt swings 99 damage with only a single hit. 5 hits for 833 from the second one, though. Another swing, 5 hits, 701, and down goes Chaos. GG's to Shum. And that is good enough for a third place finish from Shum with an official time of 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 34 seconds, which opens bin 2.
Now runners will have 2 minutes, I think, to finish within bin 2.
Yep, that is correct. So if any runner finishes before 105.34, they will also net 8 points for their team this week.
The person I see with the biggest chance of that is Devious on Chaos right now. His Massa-wielding fighter is down, but his black belt is still alive. He's got a max-evaded Thief tanking the melee swings up top. Casting nukes, all the nukes with his red mage. And punch, punch, punch with the black belt.
Meanwhile, on screen, we have Rich taking out Astos for the tidy sum of 4 gold, as well as Darkmoon just down Tia.
And we are joined in the booth by our first place and second place runners on stream tonight, Spellzap and Shum Bobby. GG's, guys.
Hey, GG's.
Good game.
So tell us, what did you guys think of that seed?
It felt like it should have been going faster, just because the level 1 nuke seed always feels like it should be, go, 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 but kind of slogging a little bit at the beginning. Definitely had some setbacks in like Marsh and a few other things, but then after, I hit that grind, which was obviously slow, and then kind of just got all my shards and just the game started to wrap up real quick at the end there. And that's kind of how these flags go, I guess, where it's be slow at the beginning, but then just jetpacks towards the end.
Yeah, this is by far my fastest seed, and I still felt a little behind, and I see that I was a little behind, but I'm pretty happy with my time here, I think. I don't think that I could have executed much better on the choices that I made. The issue is I probably could have taken my grind a little earlier.
Your grind was super fast once you got it. I mean, you were getting 36,000 XP per 4-pack of Gas Dragons there on 2 of your characters, which was pretty insane to see. But the runners that took their levels a little bit earlier, Dang and Spellzap, just slightly finished ahead of you. But that's definitely, that was a very impressive run. Clearly, you're pretty good at these flags, I guess, so not bad.
I think I hear a little bit of residual back padding there from our last tournament.
Me? Never.
I mean, it played very similar to co-op, so I wanted to give Spellzap this one.
I'll take it. Thank you.
No problem.
And on stream we have Rich, who just got his 28th shard, doing his last minute shopping. Darkmoon looking like he's going to go grab his level, so I think he's probably got his shards as well. So we should see some of these runners also wrapping up fairly soon, I think.
Out of all the seeds and practices of this flag that I've seen, this has definitely been the friendliest by far.
Yeah, so Spellzap, how did you feel about the ability to take a full melee party for this, since it didn't have much going on in the ways of black magic?
I saw the opportunity, and I said, there's no other time I'm ever going to really get to do this, so why not? Keeping the red mage would have been fine just for clearing out packs in Topher if I ran into anything unrunnable, which would have been smart. But I was just, well, why not? If I gained the 6 or so levels that I needed along the way, then I could have another 32 black belt, or and then in that case you just end up stoned, which was fine too, so it didn't really matter, I don't think. Did anyone find fast or temper at all?
Fast is level 8 Lefane.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ouch.
As far as we're aware, Shum, I think you're the only one to pick that up.
Yeah. And
I mean, I had like a level 40 black mage, black wizard.
And looking at our notes by our fantastic trackers, Guardian Marcus and ADR, Temper was level 6 Crescent Lake, and I didn't see anybody come across Crescent.
Nope, not a single person went to Crescent Lake, on or off stream.
I mean, this seed was doable floaterless, I think. So there was no real impetus to explore when you have nuke, and then especially having found fast.
Yeah, I think only one fiend was airship locked, but you don't need the fiends. If you find enough Orblets, you're good to go.
Yeah, I think we saw Carry at Cardia Small. That was the only one that looked like it was airship locked. But speaking of floater, while we're at it, what'd you guys think of that sky floor full of all those items?
Yeah, I mean, that was stacked. Just canoe, floater, I think some other goodies.
Rod was there around there.
Yeah.
But
Dragon
I was not a
armor.
fan. Very much not a fan. Because if somebody made that play way sooner, then they are like worlds ahead.
Somebody did make that play way sooner, actually. Unfortunately, they never made it to Ice Cave, so they didn't find the grind. And as a result of not having a grind, they are still yet to finish. But they were 10 minutes ahead of everyone else getting into the air.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the power of the fast ship. I mean, it doesn't... That old age of getting floater first and just winning the game kind of really doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I think the fast ship, while you do take some encounters on the sea, definitely helps balance, a seed where you do not find a floater that you do not need to complete it versus one that you do. Because with the fast ship, I know that we say it all the time. It feels like it goes as fast as the airship, but it feels like it just goes faster to me.
Random trivia note, I just want to point out that Crescent Lake location had Marsh Top, and 3 of the 4 chests in Marsh Top were shards. What value?
Yeah, I found that was kind of nice. I was counting down the amount of shards I needed, and it's like, oh wow, this is going to go faster than I thought.
Yeah, I think I was at 5 needed before I stepped in there, and I was like, this is the best ever. And it felt good because if somebody made the Crescent play earlier, they didn't feel like they got too much progress. But having gotten the airship first, it's like, yeah, that was a really great find.
I think you guys were both in there at the same time too, and I think Dark Moon as well was on stream in the same area as well. Like, a lot of you guys really kind of took the same routes and kind of held each other's hand throughout the whole seed. It was really very linear how it made you guys go. It was pretty cool to watch.
On screen, we see Rich taking on Kraken 2. Kraken 2 punching down his red mage in one go, while his black belt only hitting for 170 damage. This is not looking the best right now for Rich. Rustic comes out on the black belt. 11 hits on the knight, or on the fighter rather, with stun touch as well. 10 hits for 885. Kraken 2 gonna do Kraken 2 things, and there goes. We're on single man strats. Kraken tries to rub out the black belt. Too much magic defense though. 1 hit for 83 damage. Fire 3 comes back, as well as a lit 2. Black belt punches again, 99 damage off 1 hit. This is, again, a very evasive Kraken 2. And then the black belt completely misses on that swing. Nuke comes out from Kraken. Not enough, though. Black belt has plenty of HP to tank that. Another punch, 2 hits for 318, a little bit better. Kraken missing punches, luckily, with all the ruse stacks. 76 damage from the black belt. 3 hits for 392 finishes off Kraken 2. And we see Rich officially into single-man black belt strats.
He's got a power bonk and he's got a defense sword, so this is doable. He's got enough heal pots.
Off stream, we had Zero Cool get past Kraken 2 handily, but wipe out to Tiamat. He is now looking for more loot, it seems like. Not happy with his loadout.
Rich pulls Tia 2, opens with the Ruse Stick. Tia swings, 2 hits for 187. Stun ineffective. 4 stacks of evasion now. Last cast of Ruse, we have full evasion. Lit 2 comes out from Tia, not going to do much damage. Starting to power bonk, zap ineffective. Another power bonk coming out for this black belt. Tia swings, 159 crit through max evade. You hate to see it, and personally, I've seen it a little too often. Black belt punches, 2 hits for 353. Another punch, 4 hits for 237. Tia casting lots of spells, but nothing doing too much damage, although the black belt is in low HP range and gets quad X'd out. Rich immediately diving back in. Can't blame him. I think if he had his other party members up, that would have gone a lot better.
Yeah, that's just some tough luck right there.
Off stream, we have someone finding Melmond behind the rod block, translating the slab, and then resetting. I am intrigued and confused.
Perhaps they thought they would get an item from the translation?
Yeah, you really have to sort of rewire yourself in this seed where all of the incentive items might not lead to anything, like we saw Rich kill Astos for 4 gold.
Yeah, I think Narek was the only NPC that actually was generous to our runners tonight, giving out an Orblet, which was better than absolutely nothing.
Dark Moon making his way through Carry 2 onto Kraken 2's floor now with a full party left.
Several runners still exploring, still have yet to see Crescent Lake for that temper. No idea where it is.
Have we seen beneath Q Block? I know we've seen Q Block, but have we seen beneath it?
I think Dingwu went there, but I don't recall what was there. I know we've seen the Chime, but has anyone gone into Mirage? Oh! Duskplume just found it. What entrance is he in? I'll find out when he leaves.
Blink and then you miss it. Dark Moon had 5 hits for 918 damage against Kraken 2. It was probably the fastest we saw Kraken 2 on stream. Does Dark Moon have lock? Ah, maybe not. 7 hits for 1100 damage. Not enough to take Tia 2 out. But another 765 damage is going to take it off, and now Dark Moon is making his way over to Chaos. Meanwhile, Rich is back on Carry 2. Nuke for 150, Masa 2 hits 176, 796 from the Black Belt, or was that the Thief? I might have missed it.
Crescent at Lefane. Fun stuff.
I was about to ask what you think the least visited location would be, that maybe Crescent's there, and Lefane certainly makes sense with the long walk and it not necessarily being beneficial. Dark Moon watching Chaos cast fast on himself. Could be dangerous. It looks like he's going pretty aggressive. 3 hits for 473 from one black belt. Miss from the other black belt. 66 damage from the Thief. 254 from a nuke. Ooh, Chaos almost one-shot one of his black belts, but due to their chonky HP pool, they are good to go. 170 from another hit. 2 hits for 230. Nuke comes out from the Black Mage, 112, and that's enough to finish off Chaos. GG's to Dark Moon.
Yeah, let's see if Dark Moon wants to jump in the chat right here and join us for an interview. And off stream, we had, I think we may have said this earlier, we had Devious RNG finishing in 4th place with a time of 104.56. Sawney Wrath, so Devious joined Shoombobby in bin 2. Sawney Wrath opening bin 3 at 109.48. And then Jay Scheidel also finishing in bin 3 with a time of 111.02. Dark Moon with his 117.26 opens up bin 4.
Rich back on Kraken 2. Got 2 members up at the moment. Black Belt punches, 233 damage. Defense Sword for the fighter. Power Gauntlet on the Black Belt. Swing with the monster from the fighter, 114 with a single hit. But we are joined in the booth by Dark Moon. Dark Moon, GG's.
Hey, thank you.
So tell us, what were your thoughts about that seed?
I kind of want to know where any town that was useful was, but...
Cornerio was right at the start.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, I got Nuke off of that, and then that was, like, it. So, I mean, at that point, by the time I found... What was it? I got Fighter early, then I found the Black Mage. I'm sitting there going, I don't need another Black Mage, I need Black Magic. So by the time I found another Black Belt behind Kraken, I'm sitting there going, Punch Magic it is.
Oh, wait, what are you talking about? Wasn't Onrak right at the beginning as well?
Yeah, I don't buy level 7 or 8 magic if I can help it. It's just, there's no point. I don't know what they had. I didn't check the shops. I didn't care. At that point, I just wanted to punch things and get out.
It's a safe approach, and it worked for you, so that's GG's, man.
Thank you. It worked great. I mean, that was, like, a level 45 and a 42 black belt, and I just held A and then cast Nuke. I'm like, I don't care. I let my thief swing, even though he was doing 1 damage. He's like, this is faster than trying to menu him. That was dumb.
So, what were your thoughts on the beginning of that seed? If I remember correctly, I think you spent quite a bit of time going after Lich right at the beginning.
Every shard is worth EXP, and at that point I hadn't found any shards, so I was figuring any Fort in the Storm to try and get my guys going a little faster, because which I discovered it wasn't 10, it was 15, which I was thinking co-op, and that was 10. With the thief having the lock picking, I wanted to get him levels as fast as possible, and the only way to do that is Monsters and Shelter. So I took Lich so I could get my 4th character in, and then that way if one of them died, I'd get extra EXP funneled to the others, which actually kind of worked, because Lich killed 2 of my characters by the time I was done. And then the rest of that was just trying to get shards so I could level up faster, which still took longer than I would have liked, but it is what it is.
So we got Rich Bork here pulling Chaos, gonna lead with a defense sword and a ruse, gonna get the evasion up on his party. Chaos is going to oblige, so out of Fire 3 and some ink, another ruse, another defense sword. We're fully capped on evasion, so Dude's going to swing and Ken's going to bonk. Swing by the fighter, 85 damage, not so great. Another swing, 9 damage. Chaos shows off that fast. We got another bonk. Another swing, another bonk. 3 bonks. Swing, 110. Very evasive Chaos. We got a punch by the black belt, and then a miss. Uh-oh. Another swing, 1 damage. Okay. We got to do a little bit better than that. 2 hits, 7 damage. 4 hits, 861. Now we're getting somewhere. We got another swing and a punch. 322, 1 single hit. That's okay. 188 by the Massa. Thunder comes out. Ribbons protect us. We're going to bonk some more. Why not? Chaos not doing much. Ice 2 does Ice 2 things. Another swing and a miss. Very evasive Chaos. Slow 2 misses the Knight. We got a punch. 141. Just the crits aren't getting through, but the damage is getting there. 5 hits, 348. Crack comes out. Misses. Another punch. 2 hits, 694. We're getting there. Punch and a miss by Chaos. Another swing. 110. Punch. 2 hits, 576. Down goes Chaos. Get your GGs out in chat for Rich Bork.
I feel like it was a
we
pretty...
had 3 simultaneous Kraken 2 fights going on. And
Is
only
that-
one of them has luck.
I think it was pretty reoccurring that a lot of these fiends in the Temple of Fiends Revisited, for some reason, were extremely evasive. And for all of the black belts we saw across our runners, they just were not able to do a lot of damage, as you might expect.
Yeah, it was interesting that they had just enough health that the 2 black belts that I had couldn't kill them instantly, but and that Chaos just did not want to let one of my black belts hit him for anything. That was an interesting Temple of Fiends, because you figure you go in there with overwhelming force and it's supposed to overwhelm, and it didn't quite.
And we are joined in the booth by our finisher on stream, Rich Bork. Rich, GG's, man.
GG's, everybody. Wow.
GG's.
So what'd you think of the seed, man?
So here's the thing. Almost every practice seed that I've run was where I never had to leave the southern continents. So the fact that I actually had to leave the southern continent on this one was rather interesting. And late floater and very, very late canoe. I guess I'm going to assume that some people got that canoe pretty early. So.
Yeah, we had one of our off-stream runners who grabbed it pretty early. But even our on-stream ones, finding it a little bit later, seemed to not be too big of a problem with the good grinds to be found in Ice Cave.
Yeah.
That Ice Cave was beautiful.
Yeah, I had decided that I wanted to go with the walking grind. It was something that we talked about on our team, that the walking grind just seems better. If you get XP for every shard, so that means that you get the more shards you get, the more experience you're going to get, and sometimes you don't need to stand still and get that that black belt up there. But yeah, I took those early wipes to Lich. I think I went into Lich like 7 times before I finally got it.
Yeah, you were not the only runner that we saw that kept running in there to get into Lich for the early shard lead.
Everyone wanted that extra.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think only Dengwu was brave enough to go for Kraken.
Nice. I'm sorry, what was that?
Dengwu with the first turn Bane on Kraken off stream.
Oh, jeez.
The mad lad.
That'd have been nice. So, my restream curse continues. If I put my melee character into slot number 3 on the restream, I end up getting screwed. So that's the reason after that wipe, I ended up moving the black belts. That quad X hurt so badly. It was like, oh my, so bad. I also mismenued a couple of times to fight instead of menuing down to my item for my roost stick, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that wipe of yours was particularly hard to watch just because you had got crit through max evasion, which is what put you under the threshold for getting quad X'd as well.
Yeah, and again, in the Duckling Derby, week 1, that happened to me as well. And then 2 weeks ago, when I was on 2 or 3 weeks ago, whenever I was last on the restream, same thing happened. It was slot 3. Slot 3 is the unlucky slot for me, so that's why I ended up moving the. Once the Kraken took out the Thief and the Red Mage, I just moved that black belt down to slot 4. It's like, it's easier, obviously, for menuing purposes, like healing. Plus, it's like, if that slot 3 is always going to be unlucky for me, then I just need to stop. I just don't ever learn my lesson. That's the problem. So.
Well, it was still a really good race by all of our runners. Shoe Bobby, Spells App, Dark Moon Rich, thank you all for that. think it's time. Why don't we just start spinning around and get on over to final thoughts? Why don't we start with our first place runner on stream tonight, Spellzap. Final thoughts.
Maybe not.
Spellzap is
Who
muted.
is still muted. He probably stepped away for a minute.
Yeah.
All right, let's move over to number 2 on stream, but number 1 in my heart, Shoom Bobby.
Hilarious.
I've been waiting all night to use that one.
You were waiting for me to finish second on stream so you could use a bad joke.
I was just waiting to use that at some point, just because it felt right.
I'll take it. Yeah, just thank you all for the restream, the comms, the rehosting, everybody doing tracking and all that jazz. And this one was a really fun one. I was really dreading the possibility of a long seed, and it wasn't, so I can get back to doing my work tonight. So that's nice. So thank you all.
Yeah, Dark Moon, thoughts and stuff.
Yeah, these flags are actually a lot of fun. This was the first time I played them because, I mean, I knew they were based on co-op, and I practiced the heck out of them a couple months ago. We had that thing going on. So this was the first time I've actually played these flags, but it was a blast doing this. The shards speed it up a lot and make it a lot easier to get through this in a competitive time. I was really worried that I'd basically have to double whatever I did in co-op to get through this, and that wasn't the case. This was a blast. I really enjoyed these flags, and I kind of wish I'd practiced them more. Not because I think I needed to practice, but just because they were fun. You did a good job on these, Lucy. Yeah, well done.
Thank you. That's good to hear. Hearing approval from veterans like yourself makes me feel pretty good. This is my first time making flags, so I was trying to do something unique, and thank you for that. So,
Yep.
Moving on over to Rich. Final thoughts.
Just a couple of things. I've only been running Final Fantasy Randomizer for about 6 months. I came up through the most recent Duckling Boot Camp and Duckling Derby. I know we've got another one coming up here pretty soon. So anybody on the fence, it works. Just so you guys are aware. I mean, my very first run was over 3 hours, and here I am on Restream and holding my own. I'm not at the bottom of the pack, and definitely not at the top, but I'm still in the middle, and I think I had a run that I can be proud of. So head on over to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com, and you guys can join the fun.
Yeah, as a graduate of the previous Duckling class, along with Shoom Bobby, we can definitely attest to the amazing job that our veterans do. Greg Lee Puff and the other Duck Dons and all, getting us all up to speed, helping us learn the flags, learn the ins and outs of the game, just the kind of nuances. It's a lot of fun to play. Like Rich said, come on and join us, FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. Join us in the Discord. We have fun here, and it's a great game to play and learn and just have some fun with friends. So with that, why don't we go around to the comms as well? Zenobian, any thoughts on the seed tonight?
This is probably the most interesting level 1 nuke seed that I've ever seen. Normally when you get level 1 nuke, it's like, oh, I shouldn't even practice this. I should just reroll right now. What's the point? But this one actually played out very interestingly. There was a lot of divergence. It was really interesting to see nobody rerolled. Not a single person rerolled to get a second Blackcaster for the level 1 nuke. Absolutely no one. I thought someone would. I was extremely surprised. But no one did. They stuck with their initial parties, and they went from there. But yeah, this was definitely the most fun level 1 nuke seed I have ever watched. It was great.
Awesome. One of my co-op partners here, Velik. What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, this was a fun seed. It was really fun to watch. So thank you for all the runners for putting on a great show. And really, I kind of thought the same thing too. Is we didn't see a lot of rerolls or a heavy reliance on the black magic once we got to the end game. You see a lot of seeds where maybe having 3 casters of nuke is enough to make it through the entire game, but not this one with the scaling. So I think the flag set was expertly crafted, and it was a great time to watch. So thank you, of course, to all the rest of the support team as well for making this happen. But yeah, this was quite enjoyable.
And I think it looks like our first place runner on stream, Spellzap, is still muted and deafened. So we'll just say GG's to him, and thank you for coming out and showing us how it's done and putting on a great performance tonight. So with that, I guess I'll take us on out of here. So I want to thank my co-cons, Velik and Zenobian, keeping things watch off stream. I want to thank the two unsung heroes of the stream tonight, Guardian Marcus and ADR, pushing the buttons and keeping us straight in chat. So thank you guys for that. And Math Girl 718 for the restream, and RPG Limit Break for hosting us tonight. So with that, everybody, if you want to watch some more Final Fantasy Randomizer action, tomorrow night we have another qualifier for our Speed Gaming Live, which will be on Speed Gaming. And then Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday afternoon, we are going to have the final 3 matches of the 4th round of the fall co-op tournament here. This will decide, the end of this week, who goes to the semifinals next week for a nice little fun crafted flags by my partner, Shoon Bobby. So we're going to look forward to that as well. So with that, I think we'll give RPG Limit Break back their channel. And I'll say, everybody, ciao and chillax, everyone. Final Fantasy Randomizer fam, we gone.